In this Kennen guide, I show you guys the best combos and ability breakdown so you could be the best Kennen player ever and get all the pentakills you need in ranked. Okay guys, the first thing we are going to cover is the passive of Kennen. So, hitting enemies with abilities places a mark of storm on them for 6 seconds. At 3 stacks, the enemy will be stunned. How this works basically is when you use an ability, you land a mark. Now, once you get your second ability, you're going to be able to get stacks. So after 4 autos, your fifth auto will apply a stack as well, and then you will be able to stun. So you need to use 3 abilities or 1 ability and 2 abilities and 1 auto to get a stun, or 3 abilities. So 3 abilities or 2 abilities and 1 auto attack. So the first thing we're going to go over is the shuriken. Now, the shuriken is probably going to be the most important skill that you need to be able to use properly because this is what you're going to utilize to win your lane trades. It does a lot of damage and it will allow you to give an opportunity to poke down the enemy from the far because look at the range on this, guys. This is no joke. So the shuriken goes extremely far and it lands a mark. Now, let's go over the second ability, guys. The second ability is the Electric Surge, and it can only be used when you apply a mark. So as you guys can see, how my second ability is grayed out, so I need to mark the opponent, and then I can use the Electrical Surge. Now, the Electrical Surge is pretty useful. It's going to apply a mark, and it will shock the nearby enemy. So let's just say I'm marking this guy up, and I have 1 mark going on him. I'm gonna auto and then surge, and he'll be stunned. So that's one way you could do it, or you could surge and then just auto. So, yeah, but basically this electric surge will be important to land a mark and shock nearby enemies. So what that means is, let's say I have a mark on this dummy and this dummy. If I use the electric shock, it will shock both of them and that's extra damage. So you want to make sure to utilize this. But if you're in a lane, right, if you're in a lane trade, the best way to use it is you want to get 2 marks and then use your electric surge so you can actually stun them because it's very hard. You don't want to get a mark like, okay, let me just unmark them. So you don't want to get a mark, get a second one, and then you want to try to get your last mark with the shuriken. You don't want to do that because if you miss the shuriken, for example, then you won't be able to stun. But if you have your electric surge for your last mark, for example, all you got to do is click it and you'll be able to land the stun super easily. There's no reason to put extra toughness on it for yourself. So when you have 3 marks, guys, that's basically kind of when you want to use the electric surge. Now, the next ability we're going to go over is Lightning Rush. Now, this ability is really important. You get really fast. You can move super quick, and it'll basically give you a lot of attack speed after you exit the Lightning Rush. So, it also applies a mark if you go through. As you guys can see, I applied a mark, and then let's say I auto, boom. So, this thing is, you want to keep this ability for, let's say you're getting ganked in lane by a jungler, you want to be able to use it to get out. Now, when you do not have your ult and you're trying to rush in, you never want to use this ability to rush in because you will die. But let's say you have your ultimate, it's a different story. Or if the enemy's low, you can do a lot of damage this way. Now, the last ability is the ultimate, the Slicing Maelstrom. Now, this thing is absolutely insane. It will mark the enemy opponents 3 times, and it just does a lot of damage. So, okay, we're gonna set up some dummies. So, when you use your ultimate, it will do 3 marks. Now, that is really important, guys. That's what makes Kennen so strong in fights, guys. Like, look at this, the amount of damage. Now, this thing goes crazy once I show you the main combo. So, you got to remember that this does 3 ticks. So, the first thing I'm going to show you guys is when you're using your ult, after 2 marks are applied on each enemy, you want to use your electric surge, guys, because then you'll be able to bounce the damage off. So, 1, 2 ticks, and then boom. I hit them with my surge, so I get maximum value off of it. Because if you wait after all the marks, then you can't use your electric surge. So that's going to be very important. So that's one of the combos. You want to use your ult after 2 marks are hit. You want to use your electrical surge, your W. Okay. Now the main combo for this. So the main combo you're going to need to be able to do is you're going to need to land your. You're going to use the Q, then your E and ult. Okay. Now, usually that's going to be the best way to do it, but you could also do the Q and then ult and then use your E. But that's not only just it. That's just to start, okay? That's just to start. So get used to just performing this combo, okay? Because you're going to need to keep track of the marks you're going to land. Because not only that, you're going to need to use your Q, your ult, your E, and then your W, guys. Okay? So this is how it's going to look like. Boom. All right. So I'm going to take off my cooldown really quick because I want you guys to see how you perform this, okay? So Q, ult, boom. That's you get your full value. See, I was able to use my electrical surge. Now that is going to be very important. So those are basically the main combos you need to know on Kennen. Okay, guys. So now I'm going to perform the combo onto Gragas. Okay, looks like Gragas just engaged. Boom, and he's dead. So that's going to be real important, and if you could just imagine if you do that on 5 enemies, that will just be insane. So Kennen has huge pentakill potential, guys. Like, you do not want to mess around with that, and let's just see. Like, I'm basically full build right now, and yeah, so this Greg isn't going to kill me. So as long as you guys learn how to do these combos with Kennen, you will be probably the best player in the game, because Kennen's also a really good solo laner where you could just rack up a bunch of free kills, guys. So make sure you do that and have as much fun as possible, because that's what it's all about. So boom, and that guy just got comboed again. So you guys want to see more guys like this, make sure to like and subscribe and let me know your thoughts on Kennen. Peace.